welcome to a very special interview with Dr. Anurag Batra, somebody who has done enormous amount of work in the media brand business space, and today I want to pick his brains on the Indian Premier League. The Indian Premier League on us, digital valuation, television valuation, 50,000 plus crores spent already by broadcasters, by media companies. Do these figures make sense? What is the scenario now? No one better. Dr. Batra, thank you very much for joining me. You know, close to 50,000 crores spent. If we are seeing media war going on in the digital space, in the television space, both trying to outdo each other, some saying watch on digital, some saying watch on TV. Your first thoughts on that?
See, first of all, Boria, it's an honor to talk to you. You are a journalist and an editor I follow. Congratulations on your entrepreneurial innings. And look at the studio you have, look at the team you built. So I'm sure you will revolutionize Indian sports. Good luck to that. Coming to your question about IPL, IPL is literally IPL mania is around the corner. Holidays are planned according to IPL. Weddings are being planned according to IPL. Of course, the distribution of advertising money is impacted by IPL. So IPL is a marquee event. It's an event when in advertising, new creatives are done for television, for online, for IPL. And also it's the summer season, which means a lot of product categories, whether it's colas, whether it's air conditioners, it's a whole lot of foods, cars are sold post Navratri, homes are being sold, people are playing fantasy sports, all kinds of product categories lend itself to IPL. So it is the mark of sports, and in that sense, audiences come there, and hence brands put a lot of money in IPL. And this year would be no different. However, IPL rights went at an astronomical figure. It would be interesting to see at the end of this 4 year, will the players that took the IPL rights are able to recoup that money. This year, there are 6 conditions that make IPL money is squeezed, if I may say, and I have to say that because the market is tight, first of all. Though traditionally it's been said that cricket, one can never lose money on cricket. Cricket sells, it doesn't matter. And there's a FOMO on cricket. And for a lot of big brands, it is also an elite club where they can participate. The rates of IPL, whether on TV and online, are such that not every brand can participate in it. And it's a currency that most people understand. So first issue is that there is overall softening of economy.
Okay.
Second issue is, for the first time in India, in economy, there is a K-shaped, kind of spending. So there are players that are doing very well, and then there are players that are not doing well. So there is a K-shape. You can't say that everyone is doing well. Third is the rates at which both on television and digital IPL is being sold. Fourth is one medium should run down another medium. It doesn't help the sport or the cause of cricket or the value of cricket being put into advertising in terms of monies. Fifth is also innovations will get you more money. So the player, the Omnicaster, I won't use the word broadcaster or digital, because I think media brands are in the business of audiences and content. It doesn't matter whether you watch it on television or online. And let me say, a lot of people watch it on their phones, but a lot of families watch it on television. It's IPL is such that, me, my father, my wife, my son, we sit together, watch IPL. So it's my son who's 15 watches it, I watch it, and my father who's 84 watches it. And we watch it around TV. But my son also goes into his room and sometimes watching it on his. So we'll know the data. And the sixth point is, I think in this environment, brands are very ROI driven. I think the question to ask is, cricket has ROI, no question. But they will demand a lot from the Omnicasters, whether on television or online.
The other question I want to ask to you, Dr. Batra, is these banks collapsing. And people are saying that startups who are generally part of the IPL ecosystem are tending to stay away.
Absolutely. That's what I meant by global. See, last year, if you look at the IPL, a lot of startups were very enthusiastic about IPL. They put a lot of money in IPL. New commercials were done very fast. In fact, dare I say, the quality of some of the commercials were not very good. You know, if you're putting so much money in IPL in terms of buying media, put equal amount of money
In creatives.
in the quality of creatives, equal not in terms of quantum, but whatever it takes to create the best creative. So startups, there's been a winter of investing in the last 10, 12 months. And it was starting to look up in Jan, and the SVB and the bank collapse happened. I know startups that had right from 25 million to 50 million in SVB, and it impacted them. And they had some plans for IPL. So clearly, one, there is a sentiment issue. Third, there's an ROI issue. And fourth, is clearly the brands will want a lot more out of everyone. They want innovation. But IPL is IPL.
India's Olympic sporting ecosystem is also developing. So next year is also the Paris Olympic Games. Are you seeing the overall sporting ecosystem in this country grow?
See, first of all, I think before I go into sports, I'm an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur. A lot of people ask me, what has changed about the Indian entrepreneurial ecosystem in the last decade? And I say to them that I can give you very granular things. But the one thing that has changed is the ambition of the Indian entrepreneur. When he or she is starting out today, he's not thinking small, he or she is thinking big. They're thinking of global scale. So there is the rise of Indian consciousness. The Indian narrative is finally finding space. Now that will also have a rub-off on the sports. And the Prime Minister, I said this 6 years back, when the Prime Minister gets up on a stage and says it's okay to fail in terms of startups, it also applies to sports. It applies to every part of life. And the Prime Minister's proactive engagement of sports people also instills a lot of pride and aspiration in sports people.
True.
And I must say, 15 years back in exchange for media, we started an India Sports Marketing Summit. We were ahead of time. We tried to bring a lot of non-cricket sport. But this year, we did it 2 months back. It was represented by, there was a badminton league, there is a table tennis league, there is money being put in wrestling, there is kabaddi, there is boxing. So I think the next decade is for, cricket will continue to be a religion in India, there's no question about it. Many generations have grown up on cricket. We have excellent sports persons in cricket, like we have excellent wrestlers. We're starting to get better boxers. As the quality of sports people and the performance of those sports people improves, it will build a whole new generation of sports people, and hence the next decade is about non-cricket sports. Cricket will always be God, there's no question. And whether it's on television or on digital, it will find brands. So yes, the cost of acquisition should be big. The beauty about other non-cricket sports is, even from a brand standpoint, they are very ROI driven.
Yes.
They are very affordable. So clearly, the Prime Minister's focus on embracing sports and encouraging sports people, building sports infrastructure, bringing dynamic leaders like Shri Kiran Rijiju ji and now Anurag Thakur ji, who are themselves young, youthful, sporty, to head sports. Also see, life is a lot about symbolism also. Why do we do pujas? Why do we do certain things in our festivals? Those symbols have a deep impact on how we think. So clearly, a lot of credit has to go to this government and the Prime Ministers and both Kiran Rijiju ji and Anurag Thakur ji for reviving Indian sports. Rajyavardhan Rathore ji, I mean, he was also the sports minister. He won an Olympic medal. So people, when you want to do something, tomorrow wants to be somebody who wants to be a sports journalist, say, I want to be like Gauri Majumdar. So people look up to people and then become who they become. So as the number of sportsmen who do well in non-cricket sports across the world grows, I'm sure non-cricket sports will also become bigger and bigger.
Music to my ears, because clearly we've seen, I mean, with the Prime Minister's involvement, whether it's CWG, 61 medals, whether it's the boxing, whether it's wrestling, whether it's badminton, whether it's Khelo India, look at the kind of funding that they're getting. Look at the top scheme, the amount of money that the government has invested, and that's what will make your country a multi-sporting country. That's what will change the culture of sport. Sport for all, sport for development, that's what India needs. And as Dr. Batra said, the moment that happens, more brands, more money, more aspiration, and more dreams will be fueled and channelized. Thank you very much.
Pleasure talking to you, Gauri.
Thank you.